You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
What's the most creative way he's gotten out of paying you, I guess?
Well, I can tell you a million stories. One time we had to put AC in the building, and we're working in fucking 90-degree weather. Oh, boys, tonight, I'm gonna have y'all chip in, but we're gonna get air, So your sacrifice tonight for air next week. Next week would come, and fucking 95 degrees now, And you're like, what the fuck happened to the fucking air? He probably, I know what he did now, but back then we was thinking, well, maybe he's ordered it and it's, we're waiting on it, But, the whole time.
All over your back, right?
Right. Right. The whole time he was right over at the casino, or he's not one to say it, but I mean, the truth is, he was over at the casino, man, There's a couple of good stories. We had another time is that I heard about, I wasn't there. I went up and worked for him one time up in Illinois, and he was running someplace up there, and then he ran a King of Death matches up there. I'm trying to think when that was, but anyway, Mickey Knuckles, something about a money bag, left it in the bathroom and come back and it's gone, But the whole time, Mickey was like, I don't know. I'd ask Mickey about it. She's like, I don't know. But, I know, he got all the money and didn't pay nobody, And I don't see how some of these guys are still going down to work for him. But like I said, Ian's got something that he's offering them people, them guys, them wrestlers, They see what we started and where we went to, and, they're wanting that same thing.
This is the Undisputed Wrestling Show. We're talking to JCW's Too Tough Tony. I'm going to kick him on over to the bearded wonder himself, Zane Ulysses Paisley. Zane?
Well, once again, thank you so much for being on the show tonight, and don't worry about trying to have funny stories or anything. You're doing awesome. We really appreciate you being on with us.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
We've talked a little about the IWA Mid-South. I want to move along to the Juggalos, because you've got a ton of experience with those guys. You've been with them since, 99?
Yeah, since 99. Day one, when they wanted to start their wrestling company, they got a hold of me and Pondo and brought us out for their first ever tour. I'm going to say that was probably 99.
Very cool. So you're multiple-time JCW champion. One of the times it was a tournament, and in the finals it was you against our man Congo Kong, who's been on this show quite a few times.
Right.
We are huge marks for Kong. How is it working with somebody that large, and giving your body to somebody that could legitimately crush you if they wanted to?
Right. Well, I think that's all from the liquor, man. I just get all fucked up and I don't even think about it, really, But, give him credit where credit is due. Congo Kong, he's a big beast, man, a hell of a worker. If I ran a show, I'd want Kong on my show, But to be able to work Kong, it takes, I don't know, man. I just think, what can I do to get this big guy down? I don't know how I pull it out, man. I get lucky sometimes. But, fighting for your life when you're in there with Kong, and so the guy's the beast, man. That's all I can say.
Well, and another one of your more memorable experiences with JCW was when you guys, as the Juggalo World Order, went to TNA, and now what was a work and what was a shoot? Did you guys legitimately, the ICP Corp and Scott Hall, Big Scott Hall, did you guys legitimately buy tickets and then get thrown out, or was that the plan?
No. That was the plan. So we was going down to Nashville, doing shots down in Nashville, and then when that pay-per-view came up in Orlando, Scott Hall's like, look, man, I'm going to get with Bischoff, and I'll get us a job. You know, JWO is going to come in and invade TNA. What a great fucking angle, you know, for the Juggalos and for wrestling fans. It's like, hell yeah. So, you know, being with Scott and me and Joe and Corp, and we got drunk before we even go to TNA, surprisingly, right?
Right.
But, so not only are we drunk, Scott Hall's twice as drunk, okay? So we get to TNA, and we're walking around back, just hanging out or whatever, and all of a sudden here comes Eric Bischoff. Or I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It was Vince Russo, okay?
Right.
Vince Russo comes out. Scott Hall grabs him up by his tie and his neck. He goes, hey, you know who we are. We're JWO, and you're going to give us a job. You know, and then let him go, right? And I look at Joe. Joe looks at me, and we go, fuck. You know, everyone our chance to get any fucking work, you know. And fucking, so we go on out and do the angle. You know, we come in, the place erupts, and we're down there. That's when Daivari and Rhino was working.
Right.
You know, and we walk out, you know, go to our spot we was going to. We was on a hard campsite, you know, just trying to generate some buzz. And then Daivari, you know, Corp and Daivari get into it, and Rhino's pissed off because now we done tuck away from their match. So at the end of the night, we ain't got no job. Thanks, Scott Hall. You know, Rhino probably went back and said, fuck that, man, you know, or whatever. And then Scott Hall grabbing Vince Russo by the fucking throat and telling him he's going to give us a job probably didn't help us none.
Well, if you do watch that back at right as soon as Rhino gets the pin, he just leaves. He doesn't want you guys, you know.
No.
And Daivari was trying to get you guys on camera, spitting at you.
Yes, but Daivari's one of our homies, man. You know, and he's already got a job. Why not try to hook us up? You know, give us a little bit more camera time. He's smart, man.
Well, and the crowd was absolutely loving it. So I thought that was super cool also.
And, you know, another thing we shot at him was, let us jump the fucking rail.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, and they didn't go for it. But, you know, that was our deal. We wanted to jump the rail, you know, in a different match. It didn't have to be that match. You know, just let us go in there and fucking, you know, we thought, in our minds, when we started drinking, we thought we had jobs. You know, and we're always shooting angles at each other, you know. But when we get there and fucking after Scott does that and Rhino gets pissed off, fuck no, we ain't got no job.
Well, and you do have a bout coming up this weekend, right, with Officer Cabana?
That's right.
Well, you know, I'm going to throw out an open challenge to him. If you need me to come back you up, because I kind of think I know a lot more about podcasting than that guy. So
right.
If you can let him know that the Undisputed Wrestling Show, the Bearded Wonder, Zane Paisley is coming for him, I'd appreciate it.
We're calling him. Right, we're calling him out.
Right. We're going to call him out because I need Zane to hold my weed and my liquor while I go in there and fight the cop.
Well, I don't have any priors, so I'll be good. I can get out. Right.
Listen, they come toward you, just hand it off to somebody else.
Okay. That sounds fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and kick it to this is the Undisputed Wrestling Show on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. I'm going to kick it. I'm going to tag in the NWA Continental Champion, the Morning Star, Will Huckabee.
There we go. Will Huckabee, the Morning Star.
Before we tag in the Will, I need to ask a very quick question because I don't want to forget this.
Okay.
Reading reports of Violent J's declining health. Do you know anything about this? Is it real or is
Listen,
it just,
that's a fucking hoax. That's a hoax. That's like an internet bully. That's like an internet bully. You know, he could sit behind that computer and fucking play tough or, you know, want to be a badass or, you know, that's what's wrong with the computers. It fucked up territories. It's fucked up, you know, people's lives. It breaks up marriages. You know, the internet's crazy, man, you know. And don't always believe what you read on the internet.
That's why we asked you, Tony, because we know we're going to get the legit stuff from you.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's healthy. He's up there fucking drinking Faygo and eating cheeseburgers, you know, trying to keep his figure going.